Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our presentation, our explanation here for essay writing. And we are from Group 9. My name is Andi Miratul Jannah, and I have my members. We have Andi Sugiastuti and the last Guslan Dresden. So everyone, today we will talk about explain to you about hortatory expositions. So I bet you may probably heard about argumentative test. So basically, hortatory exposition is quite similar or same with argumentative test, but of course we need to dive into from the definition, the structure, the language features, the example, and so on. So without any further ado, let's move to the next slide. Okay, so first of all, we need to get to know what is the table of the content for today's occasion. So, jadi malam hari ini, pertama-tama sore hari ini saya akan menjelaskan ya, mulai dari definition, the type of the task and purpose, and then the second is general or generic structure will be explained by Guslan Rustin, and next language features will be explained by Andi Sugyasuti, and the last we have analysis of the example. Okay, let's move first to the definition of hortatory exposition. Okay, so here the definition, as I mentioned before, that hortatory exposition is quite similar with argumentative test according to the definition. So let's have a look to the definition here. A hortatory exposition is a type of task intended to persuade or convince the audience that something should or should not happen or be done. Pada intinya di sini hortatory exposition ini teks yang dimana kita mencoba untuk persuade, ya, mengajak atau juga convince, meyakinkan audiens orang lain untuk melakukan satu hal atau tidak melakukan satu hal, ya, or be done, tidak seharusnya dilakukan. Okay, let's have a look to the purpose. Purpose-nya itu, it aims to influence the readers or listeners' opinions, attitudes, or behavior by presenting arguments, reason, and recommendation. Jadi purpose atau tujuannya pada intinya itu untuk mempengaruhi ya pembaca atau pendengar, opini pendengar atau pembaca ya, dengan kita mempresentasikan, memberikan argumen, reason, dan juga recommendation. Nah, ini bakal relate dengan generic structure atau general structure yang akan dijelaskan oleh teman kami, Saudara Agustin. Okay, so in about the generic structure.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Gustin Rustin and I will explain about the structure of hortatory exposition. The first one, there is thesis. This is the opening statement or paragraph that presents the main argument or position that writer wants to persuade the reader to accept or follow. So, the thesis is the opening statement or paragraph that presents the main argument or position that writer wants to persuade the reader to accept. It should clearly and concisely state the writer's viewpoint on the issue being discussed. The second, there is argument. This section provides the logical reasoning, evidence, and supporting details to justify and strengthen the thesis statement. It typically consists of several paragraphs, each presenting a different argument or reason to support the main argument. So the arguments are the logical reason, evidence, fact, statistic, or example used to support the legitimize the thesis or opinion present. This section is usually quick and likely consisting of several paragraphs, each elaborating on a different argument in detail and convincingly. The last one, there is recommendation. This part provides suggestion or recommendation for action and the reader should take in relation to the main argument or position present in the thesis. Recommendation is the specific suggestion exhortation or call for the reader to take a particular action or stance based on the argument previously present. The recommendation should be concrete, realistic, and actionable for reader to follow it. They accept the writer's viewpoint. So overall, a heritatory expression is intended to persuade reader to accept an opinion or idea by presenting a thesis support by strong logical argument and culminating in specific recommendation for reader to take action if they are swayed by the persuasive writing. The purpose is to sway the audience's perspective and motivate them to think or behave in a particular way advocated by the writer through reason, argument, and evidence. That's all. That's all. Structure of heritatory expression. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
And then for the language feature, it will be presented by Andi Sugiastuti.
Okay, so my name is Andi Sugiastuti. I want to explain about language features of hortatory exposition. And there are several language features of hortatory exposition. The first, using simple present tense. The second, using thinking verbs. The third, using action verbs. The fourth, using adverbs. The fifth, using cognitive or translation. The sixth, using technical terms. The seventh, using adjective verbs. The eighth, using modals. And the last one, using general and abstract noun. And the first, using a simple present tense. Present tense are used to state general facts, habits, and traits. And simple present tense help present to ideas or statement directly and strongly. It gives imposition to important and relevant. And the second, using thinking verbs. Thinking verbs are verbs that indicate the process of thinking and consideration. Thinking verbs such as believe, think, and consider are used the author's belief or views on the topic being discussed. And the third, using action verbs. Action verbs are verbs that indicate action or activities. They provide a clear guidance on the necessary steps. And therefore, using adverbs. Adverbs are used in hortatory exposition to intensify or qualify the statements made, thereby exposing the writer's stance and adding emphasis to key points. And the fifth, using cognitives or translation. Cognitives or translation process self-logically organize the discourse and establish concrete difference between points or argument. And the sixth, using technical terms. The use of relevant technical terms helps to strengthen the authority and the credibility of the author in the presenting their argument. And the seventh, using adjective. Adjectives are used to provide a description or evaluation of the topic being discussed. And the eighth, using modals. Modals are used to give advice, a suggestion or instruction to readers about action that should be taken. And the last, using general and abstract nouns. The use of general and abstract nouns helps to ideas generally, expanding the relevance of the argument presented. I think that's enough about language features of hortatory exposition. Thank you.
Okay, here I will move directly to our example. Yeah. atau contoh dari test hortatory test atau argumentative test. Okay, let's see here. We already have the title and also the generic structure really clear. And let's have a look first to the title. Jadi title atau judulnya di sini ya, create a healthy workplace and don't be overworked. Yang artinya ya membuat suasana pekerjaan itu yang healthy ya, yang healthy, yang sehat ya, dan don't be overworked. Dan jangan terlalu bekerja yang berlebihan, overwork. Oke, di sini ada tesisnya. Tesis atau writes points of view ya, atau point of view dari si writer. Ya, di sini unhealthy workplace will cause illness for its employees, plus the very busy working hour make the employees do not have time to relax. Of work hours can be associated with severe illness. Ya, jadi pada intinya di sini dikatakan bahwa ya bekerja dengan tidak sehat itu akan menyebabkan ya banyak penyakit yang sangat berat ya. So karena para pekerja itu tidak memiliki waktu ya, employees, mereka tidak memiliki waktu untuk relax ya atau bersantai-santai. The next selanjutnya ada argumen number 1 ya. Kita punya 3 argumen di sini ya. Argumen pendukung seperti tadi. Argumen itu seperti series of opinion ya, to strengthen the thesis before. Jadi argumen di sini akan memperkuat penjelasan tesis di atas atau pendapat point of view dari si writer. Oke, dari argumen yang pertama, overwork can make health drop. In fact, it is not uncommon for employees to suffer from chronic pain due to overtime and lack of vitamins consumption. Companies should pay attention to the health of employees not only with insurance. Ini argumen yang pertama ya. Pada intinya kalau overwork ini dijelaskan bahwa akan membuat kesehatan kita drop ya. Makanya di sini diharapkan company ini bisa lebih pay attention ya, lebih memperhatikan lagi ya kesehatan dari para pekerja di sini, employees. Argumen yang kedua, unhealthy workplace makes employees exposed to mental health disorder because they are depressed due to work, so that it result in mental health disorder. Plus, overwork can make employees sick and death. Ya, ini argumen yang kedua juga mendukung ya, yaitu unhealthy workplace itu dapat membuat para pekerja itu have a mental health disorder atau kesehatan mentalnya bakal terganggu ya, karena stres, banyaknya pekerjaan, dan akhirnya banyak para pekerja itu terkena mental health problem disorder dan bahkan sakit yang paling parah sampai meninggal. Ada argumen yang ketiga lagi, kita next. It has often been heard that employees died due to overwork. Better to work moderately to go home rest. Ya, jadi banyak kita lihat ya, banyak kita dengar berita bahwa banyak employees itu yang meninggal ya karena terlalu berat pekerjaannya di kantor ya. Okay, next we'll move to the last part, which is the recommendation ya, rekomendasi atau conclusion or suggestion ya, for the audience, for the readers ya. Ini ada recommendation-nya berdasarkan generic structure yang sudah disampaikan oleh Saudara Gustin. From the facts above, doctor advised office worker to do stretching on sidelines overwork so that the body can rest. Do not overwork every day because it is fatal to the health of the body. Ya, intinya di sini ada rekomendasi ya. Setelah dipaparkan tadi fact ya, kenyataan di lapangan, lalu di sini ada rekomendasi yang disampaikan langsung oleh si dokter ya, dari dokter, bahwa kita harus worker itu harus stretching atau sedikit memanaskan tubuh mereka, atau let's see kayak sedikit stretching mungkin tangan ya or kaki, so agar tidak terlalu kaku ya, agar bisa juga istirahat. The body from this workers can rest as well, dan juga disarankan untuk tidak bekerja setiap hari ya, karena itu bakal fatal sekali untuk kesehatan tubuh kita. Okay, so that's all untuk bagian recommendation-nya teman-teman. Okay, next selanjutnya here we have the conclusion for our material today. Hortatory exposition has served to pursue or encourage the audience to adopt a certain viewpoint or text-specific action. In conclusion, this type of task is characterized by its clear argumentative structure, use of persuasive language, and appeals to emotion, reason, and morality. It is often represent presents a problem, provides arguments supporting a particular solution or course of action, and concludes with a call to action or a reinforcement to of the proposed stance. Overall, her thought-through exposition tasks play a crucial role in influencing audience opinion and behavior, whether in the realms of public policy, social issues, rhetorical strategies, and logical reasoning to effectively convey the writer message and inspire action or change. As such, they are valuable tools for advocacy, education, and communication in various contexts. Okay, so that's all for our explanation, and thank you very much. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.